I'm going to mute. So we're back here for another PSCL game matchup here on the PSCL Baseball Broadcast Network. Jayce, Cicinelli, Griffin, Epstein bringing you guys the call here on the doubleheader this morning. Is the first game here. The Haymakers taking on the winless Bombers. This should be a good one here this morning as the Bombers come into action, as we mentioned. 0-7 on the season. They're looking for their first win. And the Haymakers 2-4, two teams that haven't found much success early on and still trying to find themselves as a team. And let's take a quick look here at the starting lineups. First for the Haymakers, Savon Battle, recently traded from the A's, will be in the leadoff spot at shortstop. Dom Tolentino in center field. Park Roeder, the two-way player, in left field. Joseph Rocha at the hot corner in the cleanup spot. Carson Ledbetter behind the plate. Enzo Angelo at first base. Aiden Cardoza at second. And rounding out the 8, 9, 10 hitters, Lucas Alberoni, the extra hitter. Caleb Montemayor, the designated hitter, and Achi Cohen in right field. And their starting pitcher this morning will be Jose Diaz. As far as the Bombers go, Reese Vassar will be leading it off at shortstop. Bobby Irving behind the dish. Joe Thornton in the 3 spot at first base. Joe Barros, the cleanup hitter, in right field. Caden Egrabaden, the left fielder. Charlie Wooden, the designated hitter. Joe Licari, the center fielder. Nathan Wilson, the hot corner, and 9-10 hitters, Michael Carlin, the extra hitter, and Asher Friedman at second base. And on the mound for the Bombers as they take the field, Shaden Sullivan, and so far for him, the 6'3" right-hander from Muskingum University's pitched in 2 games now. This will be his second start and third appearance of the young season. 5 1/3 innings pitched, has faced 27 hitters, has allowed 8 hits on 4 earned runs, couple walks, and a couple strikeouts. And Griffin, a team that's been winless so far and haven't really found themselves as a team, what's kind of the key for them as far as just trying to get their first win of the season?
Yeah, they're certainly looking to find some offense. They've had a rough week offensively. They'll have a day off tomorrow, or day off tomorrow, and dropped their first 3 games of the week. Have only scored a combined 5 runs in those 3 games, so certainly looking to see a more complete performance top to bottom offensively. And Shaden Sullivan pitched 3 shutout against the Coyotes in his last outing. He's got a 4-pitch mix and would certainly like some help as well from him on the bump. But Jonathan Grisham and the offense certainly trying to find their way for the Bombers before their scheduled day off tomorrow.
Yeah, and really the key for the Bombers, really besides one game, they've allowed at least 6 runs or more except for that one game, and that was a close affair against the Colonials back in Game 2. They obviously lost that one 5-3, but pitching's been a problem for them as far as, trying to limit the runs, limit the damage, and then their offense just hasn't been clicking as much as you would like. They've been shut out once, and they've scored 2 as well in 2 other games. So trying to find themselves as a team, and home plate umpire William Macareno behind the plate, and John DeCesar, the base umpire. And we are ready for baseball. Savon Battle steps into the dish, and here we go. Sullivan out of the lineup, and the first pitch of the game is missed high for ball 1. Here comes the 1-0 delivery. Battle fouls that one off down to the right side and out of play. Here comes the 1-1, and that one misses up and in for ball 2.
Sullivan had that really nice outing against the Coyotes last time out. It was a close game too, so helped keep the Bombers in it in a 6-4 loss. That was last Friday.
Battle chops that foul down to the left side and into the Bombers' dugout. And Battle, so far, he's swung the bat very well. Limited at bats, but 3 for 7. And obviously a huge part of the A's roster. He has a triple as well on the season, 1 RBI. And trying to continue to be a good leadoff hitter as the next one dives way outside. And the count will run full to 3-2. So full count. Sullivan trying to get this leadoff hitter out and start the Bombers on the right path to this morning. 3-2, and that one's fouled back. Had to protect there with 2 strikes. Got a pitch, but out in front, and we'll do it again.
The ERA for Sullivan, 6.75, but wasn't as sharp in his first outing against the Blue Sox. That was early last week. Allowed 4 earned runs on 6 hits.
Here comes another 3-2, and that one misses upstairs. Leadoff walk here. Savon Battle continuing to get on base as we see him do a lot and draws the leadoff walk.
Sullivan's not a power guy, just 2 strikeouts, but just 2 walks so far on his season. Battle a nice plate appearance, though, to set the tone early for the Haymakers.
Working a 7-pitch free base to start the ballgame, and here's Dom Tolentino. Center fielder for the Haymakers, and a quick check over, but Battle easily getting back.
How about Battle? He was the first guy traded in the PSLs a couple days ago from the A's to the Haymakers, so set to get himself reacquainted with new teammates and certainly being trusted by Coach Brett Wellman at the top of the lineup.
First pitch, and first offer he misses upstairs to Dom Tolentino. Tolentino so far 7 for 13. 2 extra base hits, couple RBIs as well, both of those for doubles. Out of the stretch, and another check over there to first. I know next pitch we'll have to wait. Haymakers 2-4, but they played a very good game back on Monday against the undefeated Bootleggers, handing them their first loss of the year. As there goes the runner, pitch is called a ball, and the throw will sail in the center field. Just to the right of second base, and going first to third, just like that, is Savon Battle. So a stolen base and an 8-2, and just like that, 90 feet away for the first run for the Haymakers. Just never got a good really grip on the throw. Obviously, had to get rid of it quick with the speedster. Battle. Got a good jump, and obviously, even if there is a good throw, I still don't think you get Battle at second. So 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Battle at third, no one out. Next pitch. Fastball misses outside. 2 balls and a strike. Last one at 78.
Sullivan will top out about 80, so part of his key is getting ground ball outs and working around the periphery of the zone.
2-1, foul back around the screen area, home plate, and we'll do it at 2-2. And a lot of times a team that's winless, you're down early in ball games and you just don't really have a lot of chances to come back when you've allowed a lot of early runs that the Bombers have this season as he gets a strikeout. Slider diving away from the hitter. Good pitch, and Sullivan gets the first out here in the first. Well, that's how you don't allow a run. Obviously, you're not still out of it. Obviously, just the first out of the inning, but that's a big punch out. And obviously, as a pitcher right now, you're just trying to either get strikeouts or get a pop-up, keep something in the infield. Trying to surrender that runner from third as the first pitch is swung on. A high towering fly ball in center field. Licari makes the catch. Here comes the throw to the plate, and it's up the line, and scoring the first run is Savon Battle. Sac fly RBI, and Haymakers get on the board first here in the top of the first now with 2 outs. And I like what Roeder does. He pitched a great game back on Monday to knock off the undefeated Bootleggers. And first pitch swinging, knows the situation. Just try and get the ball in the outfield, and gets a pitch he can handle first pitch and able to drive it out to center and get that first run as the first pitch misses low here to the cleanup man, Joseph Rocha. Kicks and fires the 1-0, and this one's a little dribbler to the right side. Should be an easy play. And fielding it on a couple bounces is Joe Thornton, 3 unassisted to end the top of the first. But Haymakers get on the board after a walk, a stolen base, and an error. Savon Battles scoring the run due to the sac fly by Park Roeder. Will go to the bottom of the first. Haymakers on top, 1-0.
We just got our best ever ratings from U.S. News and World Report. We're the #1 hospital in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. High performing in 17 common procedures from joint replacements to heart attack care. And for the first time, national ranking as high performing in 3 adult specialties. We're proud of these ratings, but what matters most, as always, is how we rate with you. Learn more at eisenhowerhealth.org/awards.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $29.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Bottom of the first as Bombers come to the plate, trailing 1-0 as Reese Vassar, Bobby Irving, and Joe Thornton ready to start off the home half of the first for the Bombers. They'll face the right-hander Jose Diaz from the Haymakers and trying to continue his streak.
Fastball, curveball, slider, splitter, 4-pitch mix for Diaz, who makes his second appearance of the season.
So we're ready to go for the bottom of the first. First pitch swinging and puts it in play and a base hit up the middle. Reese Vassar gets a pitch right down Broadway and able to send it into center field for a leadoff base hit.
Certainly the tone you want to set for the Bombers. This early start in an offense that's been inconsistent, especially this week. First pitch, swinging away. You're not going to kickstart the offense with walks.
Love the aggressiveness as here's Bobby Irving, the catcher, in the 2-hole this morning. First pitch shows bunt, but pulls it back, and it's on the corner for strike 1. You're already seeing a little small ball potentially, and not a bad idea. Trying to get the runner in scoring position, stay out of the double play. See if he shows it again. Runner does not go, the 0-1, and now he does go. Throw down to second, not in time. The throw beat him there, but unable to handle it for the second baseman for the Haymakers, as that was Aiden Cardoza. So a little bit of a delayed steal.
It was a great throw by Ledbetter, but Cardoza unable to pick the ball off the dirt.
So 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Irving trying to put it to the right side. And this one, he lines one into left center field for a base hit. Easily scoring will be Vassar, and he'll put on the brakes at first and an RBI knock for Bobby Irving. Three pitches in, make that 4, and just like that, the Bombers tie it up at 1.
Really impressive offensive start. Jayce, sometimes you get a surprise. You never know in baseball. Bombers 0-7. The offense scuffling 2 runs yesterday against MLB DC China in what was a matchup against 2 winless teams. But coming out of the gate confident this morning. Woke up on the right side of the bed.
Agreed. Is Joe Thornton the 3-hitter? First pitch in there, and trying to get back on the right track as the Bombers, trying to get their first win. All it really takes is one, but obviously in this format, every team makes the playoffs, so it's a matter of getting hot at the right time. So the next one dives low in the dirt. Good stop there from Ledbetter. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Harry Kolick is the courtesy runner in at first for Irving.
Next one is fouled right at the plate, and a ball and 2 strikes. So far, Diaz, he has started 1 game and 1 appearance, 3 innings. He's faced 17 hitters, and he allowed 3 earned runs on 4 hits. 2 strikeouts as well and a couple walks. Next delivery on the 1-2, and this one skied. Pop up on the left side and in foul territory. Third baseman Rocha puts the first out away, and Diaz gets a big pop out for out number 1. So 1 away now for the cleanup man, Joe Barros, right fielder for the Bombers. Trying to continue to be aggressive, but takes upstairs for ball 1. Above the letters there to Joe Barros. Next delivery, cut on and miss for strike 1. Couldn't catch up to the fastball, and a ball and a strike.
Bombers entered today with just 20 runs scored in 7 games. That's below 3 runs a game, so certainly a big focus the last few days for Jonathan Grisham has been finding a way to get the bats going.
The 1-1 pitch dives outside for ball 2. Interesting fact on Barros, he actually leads the team in at-bats with 19, and a very slow start for him, just 2 for 19, but getting a chance to be in an RBI spot this afternoon in the cleanup spot as he sends a high fly ball deep center field, going back on it, and it can't make the play. It's going to 2-hop the wall, easily scoring is Irving, heading to third, and the throw will be cut off. An RBI triple for Joe Barros. Center fielder playing way in on Barros, and that cost him as that was Tolentino going out, but it looks like he just couldn't really find the ball. He was headed toward left center, but it was more towards straightaway center, and that ball just kept carrying.
94 off the bat of Barros, and that landed right in front of the warning track. One of the hardest hit balls of the season for the Bombers.
First one not in there to Caden Aggravaden, the left fielder for the Bombers. And how about this start? 3 hits already in the inning, still just 1 out. You have a runner at third, and just like that, you're up 2-1. Next one, breaking ball, looks like a curveball in there for strike 1. First, I think that's probably about the first time we've seen that pitch, more a looping to that pitch. We've seen a couple sliders. Diaz trying to mix it up, the 1-1. Good changeup. Dropped around the knees, and a ball and 2 strikes. Changeup, that one was at 68. His fastball's been around 77, 78. There's the slider, but misses for ball 2. 4 pitches. We've seen his whole arsenal now here. Here against the 5-hitter, Caden Aggravaden, trying to mix it up, trying to get some soft contact. 2-2, goes back to the slider, got him looking. Inside corner, perfectly located, and gets a big out number 2. And when you throw your whole pitch arsenal as a pitcher to a hitter, you have them guessing. You can go to so many pitches, and because it wasn't a full count, you can go back to that breaking ball, and that's what Diaz was able to do. So 2 outs, Barros the runner still at third, and he'll bring up the 6-hitter DH Charlie Wooden as he takes a strike on the outside corner. Very good start for the Bombers. We mentioned 3 of the games they've been shut out or they've scored 2 or less, and they already have 2 here in the home half of the first as the next one dives low for ball 1. Next delivery, and this one's lined into left center field. That's going to split the gap. Easily scoring his barrels, heading to second, and will easily be in there for an RBI stand-up double for Charlie Wooden. Gets a pitch he can handle, goes the other way. Fastball at 80, one of the fastest pitches we've seen from Diaz, and instead of trying to pull the pitch, just sticks with the pitch and gets the barrel out there and able to punch it the other way on the outside pitch. An RBI extra base hit, and already the second of the inning and the fourth hit of the inning as well. First one, changeup dives high to Joe Licari. Arguably the best start here for the Bombers all season. 3 runs in the first and a hard ground ball, and it looks like it hit the runner, but they're not going to call him out.
It hit John D. Caesar. It hit the field umpire. Kicked off his foot. Better be lucky than good, and the Bombers are having everything go their way here in the first inning.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate. Shortstop right there played perfectly, and that was Battle ready to field that ground ball. It was hit pretty hard, but right there ready to make a play, and just an unfortunate situation. The umpire playing in the wrong spot. So a base hit for Licari. 5 hits now for the Bombers. Now we'll bring up the 8-hitter of the inning, and Nathan Wilson playing the hot corner this morning. Takes a slider on the outside corner.
After scoring just 2 runs yesterday, Bombers already have more here in the very first inning.
Next delivery, runner goes, pitch is called a ball low and away, and easily swiping second is Joe Licari. Speedy center fielder going on the second pitch, and now Bombers with another 2 runners in scoring position. If Wilson could come up with clutch with a base hit here, he might score a pair. Here comes the 1-1 out of the stretch. Diaz. Little chin music missed way up and in for ball 2. So 2 balls and a strike here to Nathan Wilson. Next delivery misses again upstairs, and now a big hitter count. 3 balls and a strike, and as a hitter, you probably know the fastball's coming here. Wilson just 2 for 13, 15 plate appearances. He's also been hit by a pitch and also drawing 1 walk as the next one. Good frame. Looks like a pitch borderline outside corner, but you see the job there. Good job there by Ledbetter. Framing that one, and the count runs full to 3-2. If Wilson were to reach, Michael Carlin, the 9-hitter, would be due up next. 2 outs on the full count offering. Here it comes. Off speed and a check swing foul for Nathan Wilson. Wilson gets back in the box. Ready for another 3-2. Diaz out of the stretch. Here it comes, the 3-2. Got him looking. Another slider, another strikeout looking. 2 in the inning, but not before the Bombers put up a big 3 spot after going down 1-0 after 1. Here in Palm Springs, Bombers on top, 3-1.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round. Plus, our factory-trained technicians provide well-informed maintenance, repairs, and installation, so you get our industry-best products with industry-best service. Contact our family at Desert Air. We'll make sure you live comfortably, always.
Like a family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's. How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet? Discovering our history? Experiencing our scenic trails? Getting that perfect souvenir? Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak.
Back here for the top of the second, Bombers. If you guys are just joining us, with a big 3-1 lead early on in this ballgame after Haymakers scored 1 on a sac fly RBI by Park Roeder. So 5, 6, 7 hitters. Catcher Carson Ledbetter leading us off. Enzo Angelo and Aiden Cardoza. Sullivan back out there for the second inning of work as he misses low and in on the breaking ball for ball 1.
Nice to get some run support for Shaden Sullivan. Didn't get much his first 2 times on the bump.
Next delivery, there's a high pop-up. See if it stays in play. Going back, and he overruns it. Bobby Irving tried to make a play in foul territory and might have lost it. Actually, just kind of overrunning it, and it falls behind him, and instead it'll go now to a ball and a strike. Trying to help out your pitcher, get a quick out, but unable to make the play, and gets another chance to swing the bat now for Carson Ledbetter. Here comes the 1-1 out of the windup. And there's a ground ball base hit through the 5-6 hole on the left side as it goes into left field, and a leadoff base hit for Carson Ledbetter. So right on cue, getting another chance to swing the bat after the missed ball, and a base hit, and most importantly, a leadoff base runner for the Haymakers after trailing 3-1 after 1. Now we have time call, a little bit of a delay here, and looks like a pinch runner for the Haymakers. James Taylor III, pinch running here, courtesy runner for the catcher, Carson Ledbetter. So here's Enzo Angelo, first baseman for the Haymakers. Sullivan working out of the stretch and delivers a beautiful slider on the outside corner for strike 1. And immediately getting ahead of the hitter, and that's what you're going to have to do for the Bombers, trying to get your pitching back on track. Seeing if your defense can help you out. Next delivery, and this one's a little jam shot of the right side, and first baseman goes the second for 1, and that's all they're going to get. So good heads-up play as far as keeping the runner out in scoring position, and Joe Thornton with a 3-6 put out for the force out at second.
Thornton was a little frustrated with himself, wanted a quicker turn to potentially get a 3-5 or 3-6-3 double play, but does get that lead out.
So 1 out runner at first. That'll bring up Aiden Cardoza, second baseman for the Haymakers. Just 1 hit in the ball game for the Haymakers. Fastball on the outer black for strike 1. Cardoza batting from the left side. Cardoza so far 4 for 10. All singles, and trying to continue to swing the bat well as I check on Angelo at first, but easily getting back, sliding head first. Haymakers with the red jerseys and the white pants, and Bombers with the yellow tops and white bottoms. 0-1 count here for Sullivan out of the stretch. Here it comes. Gets the call on the outside corner. Another good spot, and quickly 0-2 to Cardoza. So far, Sullivan's been locating his pitch as well. Again, just 1 hit allowed so far, and that's because Carson Ledbetter got another chance to swing the bat after a drop pop-up in foul territory. Here comes the 0-2 offering. Runner goes, and jam shot to the right side, easily making the grab for out number 2. 4-3 on the putout for Michael Carlin. Another good spot. Fastball ran in on the hands. so far locating east to west very well, and obviously the ball wasn't hit hard enough, so obviously good play to just get the guaranteed out at first. Only problem is now the runner at scoring position, but there is 2 away here for Lucas Alberoni. Extra hitter in the lineup here today. PSCL lineups always batting 10 as the first one misses above the letters here for ball 1. Alberoni from Canyon Lake, California. Currently attending Hope International University as he sends this one in foul territory to the left side, but it gets out of play. Graduated from Elsinore High School. Actually just graduated, so he'll be making his next stop to Hope International University. Had 132 career at-bats at the varsity level for Elsinore High School. He takes a slider, a ball, and 2 strikes. Batted just .205, 27 hits, 4 doubles, 24 runs driven in, 27 runs scored, 17 walks. Behind in the count here, 1-2 with 2 away. Runner at second is Angelo, and got him looking for strike 3. Sullivan gets out of the jam, keeps the game where it's at, and the Bombers will come back up to the plate, leading 3-1 as we head to the bottom of the second.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Home half of the second here for the Bombers. First pitch is skipped in the dirt and behind the plate. Here to the 9-hitter, Michael Carlin, second baseman here for the Bombers this morning. Again, good start here for the Bombers. You give up 1 in the first, put up a 0 in the second as a slider catches the outside corner, but you're able to respond right away with a 3 spot, and very encouraging to see here for the Bombers early on. Next pitch, good slider, back-to-back sliders, and Diaz doubles up, gets ahead, a ball and 2 strikes.
Bombers did a little bit of everything in that first inning. Had a single, couple singles, a double, a triple. Really impressive inning.
1-2, good changeup, devastating, dropped off a table, gets the strikeout, swinging for out number 1. And that's just one of those changeups. It's hard to see it as a hitter. It looks like a fastball, and then last second, obviously the speed drop of the pitch, but also just diving away, obviously as it's getting closer to your view as a hitter, and that's just a tough pitch. Really good pitch as the first one misses inside here to Dane Sparks. One of the extra hitters here in the lineup this morning for the Bombers. Next delivery, good slider, and a ball and a strike.
Fresh inning for Diaz to mentally reset on the mound after the Bombers found some success and try to get into a rhythm of his start.
1-1, and that one misses fouled off, I should say, to the left side. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count with 1 away. Obviously, the best thing you can do for Diaz After giving up 3 runs in the first, trying to bounce back, put up a quick inning, get your offense back out there. His next one's fouled. Another good slider, continuing to throw it here early, and already you're seeing him have a better feel for it this inning. Throwing it on the outside to right-handed hitters, diving away, getting a lot of swings and misses and soft contact. Out of the windup, the 1-2 delivery. And it misses it. It was called strike 3. They do have to tag the runner out in the dirt, and they do that. So 2 strikeouts to start the inning here for Diaz. Actually make that 3 straight strikeouts out of the last 3 hitters he's faced.
4 of his 5 outs so far have been by way of the K. He's had some good stuff and starting to put it together here in the second.
Good response, but back to the top of the order now. Reese Vassar takes upstairs for ball 1. He led off the bottom of the first. First pitch swinging and was able to lace one up the middle to get the Bombers' offense going. Here comes the 1-0. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Blew the fastball by him. Another good spot. That was on the outside corner. Continuing to work east to west, the 1-1. Slider, and that one's a bouncing ball to short. Battle fields it on a hop, fires across the diamond. And a quick 1-2-3 inning for Diaz. As we're through 2, Bombers lead the Haymakers 3-1.
Two locations with something for everyone. Stuffed Pizza Bar and Grill.
Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed for your business. We'll help you achieve the success you deserve. Pacific Premier Bank. Let's build your future together.
Top of the third, Bombers still leading 3-1 as Haymakers, after scoring 1 run, were shut out in the top of the second and trying to get back in this ballgame. Just trailing by 2. A lot of game left. Is 9-10-1 hitters Caleb Montemayor, designated hitter Augie Cohen in the right field position, and back to the top of the order would be Savon Battle. First pitch here from Sullivan in the third, and this one sent out into shallow right. Right fielder calling for it, taking charge for the Bombers, and able to make a good grab for out number 1 is Joe Barros. That's what you want to see from Sullivan, who's pitched a good game so far. You get soft contact. Most importantly, you get a 1-pitch, 1 out, and a most important out number 1, and really inning. Able to do that right there is now the 10-hitter Augie Cohen. First pitch, sends this one on the ground to the left side on the backhand and is bobbled. In and out of the hands, and able to reach at first.
That'll go down as a hit, Jayce. That's a tough play in the 5-6 hole, and even if Vassar is able to collect back there, it's going to be off balance and a long throw, and good piece of hitting by Cohen to put it in the gap.
Yeah, able to find a hole, put a good swing on it, and good job. Bottom of the order hitter getting on base and trying to get back in this ball game. And now the top of the order back at the plate is Savon Battle, who walked, stole a base, also went to third on a throwing error, and later scored on a sac fly by Park Roeder back in the top half of the first. Shows bunt, pulls it back, and nearly hits him, and misses inside for ball one.
Certainly working well so far for the Haymakers, having Battle at the top of the lineup. He really is a perfect table setter, and certainly not a surprise Brett Wellman saw him on the A's and wanted him on his squad.
So out of the stretch, checks the runner, the 1-0, and the runner's on the move. Throw is a strike. The throw down to second is in time. What a throw by Bobby Irving behind the dish. Talk about a perfect throw after the pitch was called a strike, and that's one of those pitches where obviously Cohen trying to be aggressive on the base pass, but just a beautiful throw on a pitch that he pretty much caught down the middle and was able to make an accurate throw with a lot on it as well. Sliders in there, and a ball and 2 strikes. Sullivan trying to get out of it now with 2 away, the 1-2, and Battle pops this up to the right side in foul territory, and coming on, making the grab is Joe Thornton. So after the base runner reach, caught stealing was Cohen, and quickly out of the inning is Sullivan after 3 innings of work. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Bombers still leading 3-1. Back here for the bottom of the third here at Palm Springs Stadium. Bombers with a 3-1 lead, trying to add to it, trying to pick up their first win of the ball game, and have played well so far as the first pitch dives way outside. So right-hander Jose D is still out there, 3rd inning of work. Has retired the last 4 hitters. Next one again misses outside, quickly 2-0 here to Bobby Irving.
You're getting in the rhythm of the season. You're calling everyone the Power Jayce. That's big. Exciting weekend for the Power, too. Looking forward to them facing the Waves.
Oh, yeah. Obviously, the new team joining the CPCLs. Next one dives low in the dirt and quickly 3-0.
Got City of Palm Springs night coming up on Friday night. Every Palm Springs resident, if you're tuned in, you have free food and a free ticket.
Swinging 3-0, gets the green light, but misses for strike 1.
I don't even know how that's legal. I mean, incredible. Friday night, free baseball, free food.
Oh, yeah. 3-1, and misses way outside for ball 4. Leadoff walk for Bobby Irving, and leadoff base runner for the Bombers.
The cheapest drinks in town, too, as well. Looking like a beautiful weekend for baseball.
Yeah, I've had some great weather, clear skies. Power 14-0 this season, continuing where they left off last year after closing out their season 19 straight wins. Make that 33 total. Going back to last year's 3-hitter Joe Thornton, first baseman for the Bombers, popped out to third base his first plate appearance. Batting from the left side, he takes a fastball inside for ball 1.
And then Saturday night here at the ballpark, Military Appreciation Night, where all veterans and active duty military members get them free.
Next one is sent out into shallow right field. Coming on and making the grab in right center. And Cohen puts it away for the first out for the Haymakers here in the bottom of the third.
We've had some great crowds so far this week, too, in the evening with the Power at Hispanic Heritage Night on Tuesday. And Bark in the Park last night was a blast. We had some really cute pups at the ballpark.
First one misses for ball one to Joe Barros, cleanup man, and obviously love to see dogs, all different breeds out there at a ballpark. Saw Dodger Stadium do that a couple weeks ago. Next one is chopped foul and behind the plate at a ball and a strike.
I saw they had the Simba cam going with the dogs. Everyone held their dogs in the air, a la Lion King. There was a lot of big dogs here last night, though. It would have been a little difficult for their owners to lift them in the air. I think the dogs weighed more than the owners.
1-1 delivery. Slider does catch the top of the zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And now you're starting to see Diaz really dialed in. Did allow, obviously, leadoff walk, but went right back to the next hitter. Got a weak contact fly out and starting to really find his groove. His next one is chopped foul just to the left of the third base bag and a ball and 2 strikes. Or 2 balls, 2 strikes. So we'll do it again at 1 and 2. Joe Barros, right fielder, 1-2 delivery, and he sends a deep fly ball out to right, but had him played perfectly was Cohen, and back-to-back putouts for him, and now 2 away here in the home half of the third.
Yeah, he's definitely found a really nice rhythm these last 2 innings. After 5 hits, Bombers really hot out of the gates. Has 4 strikeouts, back-to-back flyouts to right, and finding his best stuff, and it's a good sign of a strong mental game for Diaz to bounce back after not the ideal start to the game.
So 2 outs for the 5-hitter, Caden Egerban. Takes outside for ball 1. Egerban was the first hitter to go down on strikes. Called out on strike. 2 out of the 4 strikeouts have been looking and 2 swinging. Little mixture of both is the 1-0 delivery. Cut on and miss. Good location on the heater on the inside corner and a ball and a strike. And what you're really seeing from Diaz is he's really just going to the fastball slider combo. And when you're able to throw your secondary pitches for strikes, as he sends a slider right to the jumping Savon Battle. Little line drive to put it away as the thought will have to wait. We're through 3 here from Palm Springs Stadium. Bombers still on top, 3-1.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
After 3 innings here, as we welcome you guys back here to the top of the 4th. Thanks for joining us here on June 20th. As Bombers still on top, 3-1. Both teams were able to score in the first inning and have been shut out ball ever since. Really good bounce-back innings for both starters after at least allowing a run. So first pitch, slider dives outside of the two-hitter, Dom Tolinto, who struck out swinging his first at-bat.
I don't know about you, Jayce, but I'm a sucker for pitchers' duels, and this has been entertaining to watch the last couple innings.
Me as well, as the next one is cut on and miss for strike one. And obviously a lot of the game of baseball, you don't see a lot of small ball anymore. Stolen bases, really aggressive. But we've seen that at least for power and in this league, which I love, as the next one is rolled over to the left side. Shortstop throwing on the run and able to keep the foot on the bag for out number one. Good footwork there from Vassar to over there at first base, Joe Thornton.
I do think that's been a really nice added benefit to the MLB rule changes starting last year, increasing the size of the bases and then limiting disengagements, as well as we saw stolen base rates go way up, and that's such an exciting play, adding more speed and adding the arm dexterity by the catcher as well. Really added to the game, and I think that's trickled down to all levels after a year and a half of the new rule at the highest level of baseball.
First one does catch the corner here to the three-hitter, Park Roeder, who was obviously involved with the first run of the game. The RBI sac fly that scored battle in the first, as the next one misses well inside for ball two.
And I think the rule change too, it encourages the big athletes to still play baseball. It's been a topic of, if you're a high-level athlete, which sport do you choose? Football, basketball, maybe soccer? And I think adding the emphasis back on stolen bases and speed in the game really prioritizes the top athletes in the country and across the world. Baseball is still a sport that you can excel at, and your athleticism will be valued.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Here comes the 1-2 to Roeder. Good take right there. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count, and obviously another rule change. Obviously, you only have a certain amount of pickoff moves in MLB, and obviously that, as a runner, once you know it, they've thrown over twice, you pretty much have the green light because they can't throw over there. As that next one, cut on and miss for strike 3. Gets his 3rd strikeout of the game and 2nd out here in the 4th.
Fastball up with 2 strikes. That's the ideal situation to be in for Sullivan, and he's really found a nice groove.
Usually as a 3-4 hole hitter, you love your pitches elevated, but that's a good spot there. Just going above the zone, gets the swing and miss, and haven't really seen a lot of fastballs elevated on 2 strike counts, but wouldn't be surprised if he goes to it. So 2 outs home, and the first pitch misses well outside and behind the backstop. Here to the cleanup man, Joseph Rocha. Grounded out to first in his first plate appearance.
Sullivan pitched 3 shutout against the Coyotes last time out, now working into the 4th.
Next pitch is sending to left center field. That's going to go to the gap. He's going to put on the brakes at first, and a 2-out knock for Joseph Rocha, and that's obviously encouraging to see. First hits now since the 2nd inning for the Haymakers. So 2-out base runner now here for Carson Ledbetter, catcher. We've seen him do a lot of good work behind the plate so far. We've seen him frame pitches. Also singled in his first plate appearance. He's had a good game so far for the Haymakers. Trying to get him back in this ball game. Just trailing by 2. PSCL game, 7-inning games. Here in the top of the 4, 2 outs. Runner at first is Joseph Rocha. Sullivan out of the stretch. First pitch. And fouled straight back. Good cut there by Ledbetter on a pitch well located on the inner half. Ledbetter singled in the 2nd inning to lead off that inning and was forced out on the force out by Enzo Angelo. Trying to pass the baton, trying to get some runs back in the ball game. The 0-1. That one misses low, a ball and a strike. Both pitchers have had their slider working here this morning. been able to throw their secondary pitches for strikes, and really as a pitcher, when you can do that, you're really dialed in. You can pretty much throw anything, and you have a lot of confidence in that pitch, and he goes right back to that slider and gets another swing and miss for strike 2. Last slider was at 71 miles per hour, obviously a 7 to 8 mile per hour drop off from the fastball, and that's obviously what you want to see. Makes it tougher as a hitter with that speed difference. 1-2. Another slider, and he fouls that off his foot, and will have to walk it off. Right around the ankle, lower leg area by the foot. A lot of times you see hitters wear that protection, foot guard as you call it, but Ledbetter ain't wearing one. Has to shake that one off a little bit, but now settles back in the box. We'll do it again here at a ball and 2 strikes, 2 away, runner at first. Bombers on top over the Haymakers, 3-1. Sullivan checks the runner a couple times, kicks and fires. 1-2 is fouled off behind the plate, and this one might be toward us here.
I was ready, Jayce. Fell a couple rows in front of us. There wasn't going to be a repeat of yesterday.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that. One of the PSCL games yesterday. Ball going right in the booth. E.J. Sanchez, Stephen Buxton were on the call for that game.
Can't believe E.J. didn't make the catch. He's a Division III catcher. Went off his shoulder.
Oh, yeah. 1-2 again, and this one is a fair ball over the third baseman's head and down the line. That one's going to go all the way to the corner, easily scoring from first as Rocha. Digging for third, and will get there is the catcher, Carson Ledbetter. So how about that? All with 2 outs, a 2-out single by Rocha, and now an RBI triple, and Haymakers right back in this ballgame.
That took a nasty hop over the head of Wilson, and the hop is a difference between potentially a third out, or at least a ball that stays on the infield, and an RBI triple, and the left fielder, Egerbrand, that was hit right down the line, couldn't cut it off. It rolled all the way to the wall.
So just like that, Haymakers 90 feet away from tying this ball game, as now they just trail 3-2. 2 outs, runner at third. Lorenzo Angelo takes a fastball up and in for ball 1.
Jewett Day already for Ledbetter. He has half of the hits for the Haymakers.
Yeah, we mentioned the good defense he's played so far in this game. 2 hits now. Only hitter in the lineup with 2 hits. RBI as well as he takes the next one. Good pitch on the lower outside quadrant of the zone, and a ball and a strike. Haymakers trying to tie up the ball game. They scored in the top of the first with 1 inning. Bombers with 3. So the next one's fouled to the screen, and haven't seen a lot of scoring since, but we just saw one with the RBI triple with Carson Ledbetter, and Haymakers swinging the bats well with 2 outs. Inning started with a ground out and a strikeout, and back-to-back hits by Rocha and the RBI triple by Ledbetter. Ball and 2 strikes here to the first baseman, Angelo. Here's the pitch. This one's rolled down the line, just foul. Talk about by a hair. That did not miss by much, maybe by a foot or 2, and we'll do it again at a ball and 2 strikes.
It's getting busy over at the hot corner for Nathan Wilson. The triple bouncing over his head, and that one was oh so close for Angelo to potentially being another triple.
And now immediately you see him playing right there on the line, and I don't blame him. I mean, you've seen a triple go right there. Obviously the high chopper. Now a ground ball that nearly tied the game. Would have been extra bases. And Sullivan trying to keep the game where it's at for the Bombers. Keep them in the lead. The 1-2 again. And this one is sent it out to deep left field. And this one's going to split the alley. It's going to 2-hop the wall. Easily scoring is Ledbetter. And an RBI double for Enzo Angelo.
Well, a home run might be next for the Haymakers. Single, triple, double. Angelo narrowly missing extra bases down the line. Responds with a ball off the bat at 94. Rolling all the way to the left field wall, and the Haymakers, just like that, have tied the ball game.
So all with 2 outs. They're able to tie the ball game up, and now the go-ahead run at second. Still 2 outs now for Aiden Cardoza. Still no bullpen movement as well for the Bombers. And the next one is driven up the middle. Hard ground ball, base it into center field. They're going to wave home Enzo. The throw is cut off, and it's an RBI single. And just like that, 4 straight hits with 2 outs. And the Haymakers take the 4-3 lead here in the 4th.
Hitting sure is contagious in the heart of this lineup. Second time through the order is just mashing at the plate right now, and it's going to lead to a meeting with Jonathan Grisham and Shaden Sullivan.
And now quickly, you're seeing a pitcher and a bullpen catcher head down for the Bombers.
It's amazing how things can change so quickly. Sullivan was rolling along, just 1 run across in the first 3 2/3, and then a 2-out rally, 4 straight hits, and they've all been, none of them have been cheap hits too. They've all been hard hit balls by the Haymakers.
Looks like the right-hander Harris Robinson getting loose there down in the pen. And obviously as a pitcher, when you have to ramp up quickly in the bullpen, obviously for Sullivan, you're trying to get out of this inning, trying to keep the game where it's at, limit the damage. You're only down 1, a lot of game left for the Bombers. Trying to get their first win of the season, and now we're going to have to do it from behind here, trailing 4-3. Again, 4 hits in the inning. They only had 1 hit through the first 3 innings, and have seen Sullivan quite well after the 2 outs to start the inning. Rocha, Ledbetter, Angelo, and Cardoza all with hits, and have given the Haymakers the lead. His first pitch, good slider to the 8-hitter Lucas Alberoni, who struck out looking his first at bat.
Haymakers entering 2 and 4, trying to get back towards 500. This be a big one to be just a game below 500, just a little past 1 week in the PSCL. Still 3 weeks left to play with.
Here comes the next pitch. Ball in the dirt. Did he go? And he did not. So able to lay off the hard breaking ball in the dirt and a ball and a strike. And we saw this Haymakers team, again, we mentioned it before, beating the undefeated Bootleggers on Monday. This is a team that they score in bunches in innings. They always have a big inning. And unfortunately for the Bombers, it's happened here in the 4th. Next pitch does catch the corner. Kind of backing away from the pitch was Alberoni, but staying a little too close to the plate and right on the corner for strike 2.
Pretty impressive win against the Bootleggers, who came in undefeated to take them down 6-3, and then the day off yesterday, so it's been a really nice start to the week for the Haymakers.
Here comes the 1-2, and that's going to be fouling out of play behind home plate area. Another good pitch. That was more toward the upper inside corner, and just able to fight it off and stay alive was the hitter Alberoni. Mentioned Alberoni going to be going to Hope International to start his college playing career. 1-2 again, and he sends this one up the middle. Should be an easy play to retire the side, and it is. As Vassar able to force him at second, but Haymakers add 3 on 5 hits in the inning, or make that 4 with 1 runner left on base and no errors. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Haymakers on top, 4-3.
There's something winning in the agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Hey Power Baseball fans, looking to hit a home run against pests in your home? Rudy's Pest Control is your winning choice. Rudy's Flex 80/90 Pest Control Plan offers effective and affordable protection with just 5 visits a year instead of the usual 12, so you'll have more time to do what you love. Visit rudyspest.com or call 760-746-PEST and declare, heck no, 12's gotta go. Rudy's Pest Control is your home run choice. So get started today.
Think of the highest quality you can imagine. Now, think higher.
Hamburgers, all about.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning three-course brunch for only $29.99 at Palm Springs' most.
So welcome you guys back here to the bottom of the fourth. Haymakers with a big 3-spot here in the top half of the fourth and have jumped the Bombers now to their 4-3 lead. And Jose Diaz, after giving up a 3-spot in the first inning, has pitched very well the last two and trying to continue to keep putting up zeros as first pitch misses inside of Charlie Wooden.
Now a chance for the Bombers to respond.
We saw them do that in the first inning. The next one dives outside and quickly 2-0. Diaz trying to continue to put up zeros, and now his offense has given him a lead on the mound. Next delivery is fouled to the screen behind home plate at 2 balls and a strike.
Just a second start of the season, and after that rocky start has really excelled. Momentum-wise, definitely important here for the Bombers to try to punch back.
So the next one dives inside a 3-2, and it's all about really just getting that leadoff runner on base, and you see obviously a hitter's count now here for Wooden, trying to get on base some way, somehow, via the walk or a hit. Just trying to put the ball in play. Trying to make something happen, and time was called. Diaz threw the pitch anyways, and obviously that's good to see. A lot of times pitchers, when they stop their delivery, they can sometimes get hurt, and good to see him continue his pitching windup. So here comes the payoff pitch, and it misses outside for ball 4. So leadoff walk to the inning, and right on cue, Bombers getting that leadoff base runner on.
Diaz is a local product too, Rancho Mirage High School, the Rattlers. About 30 minutes down the road, straight down Ramon Road from here at Palm Springs Stadium. That might be more like 15 minutes.
First pitch does catch the outside low corner. Sholakari standing in. Singled and stole a base and was stranded in the first.
Just finished his freshman year at COD down in Palm Desert.
Next one misses up and in. Obviously, Sam DiMatteo, the manager there, the hitting coach for Power. Casey Dill, Reed Santos, part of the staff as well. Pickoff attempt, but easily getting back on his feet. Charlie Wooden. So 1 ball, 1 strike for the count. Not a super big lead over there. Now he shows bunt and right back to the pitcher. Trying to beat it out in the throw to first. Not in time. Typically, you don't want to bunt it back to the pitcher, but Diaz didn't bump off the mound as quickly as you would like, and Licari able to beat it out.
That's a beautiful bunt, Jayce. Sure, maybe you wanted a little more down the line, but that's in no man's land, softly off the bat. Ledbetter didn't get a good read behind the plate, and Diaz called him off. Good speed by Licari, and just what the doctor ordered here for the Bombers.
And we talked about them responding immediately after going down in the first. And right now in the fourth, have something brewing. 2 on, first and second, nobody out for Nathan Wilson. Struck out looking his first at bat, trying to put the ball in play and get the Bombers back in the ballgame. And first pitch swinging, sends a shallow line drive into left and easily making the grab for out number 1 to Park Roeder. Like the aggressiveness, just wrong spot at the wrong time, and on 1 pitch is retired. That will send up the 9-hitter Michael Carlin. Second baseman for Bombers, also struck out, was part of the trio consecutive strikeouts that Diaz had in the bottom of the order, first time around the order. First pitch, slider catches the inside corner for strike 1.
Sebastian Encarnacion, the righty, walking down to the bullpen now to take some warm-up tosses. Diaz working into the fourth. We'll see how much he has left in the tank.
Michael Carlin from Cathedral City, California. Next pitch, waves on the breaking ball and chases it for strike 2. Again, continuing to double up on sliders. Sometimes we've seen him triple up and just very, very comfortable. It's really been his primary pitch besides the fastball. And now you have the hitter guessing. The 0-2 goes right back to it. Got him looking. On 3 pitches, all sliders, and goes down on strikes for out number 2.
5th strikeout of the morning for Jose Diaz, and the local kid has looked really good, and he's bounced back from trouble and lined for the win if he can get one more out here in the 4th.
So 2 outs for Dane Sparks. First pitch takes low for ball 1. Diaz, after allowing the first 2 hitters to reach, got a line out Nathan Wilson and just struck out Michael Carlin, trying to strand the little rally provided by the Bombers offense. Now time is called. Looks like a ball sailed onto the field around the batting cage area down the line, but left fielder Park Roeder sending it back out of play. 1-0 the count here to Dane Sparks. And again, another ball now has sailed.
What's going on down there, Jayce?
I don't know what it is, but however those balls keep sailing, I don't know if the gate's open. I don't know what's going on or if there's people playing catch. But obviously they got to find a different spot. 1-0 count here with 2 away. Runners at first and second. The 1-0 out of the stretch, and Diaz sends a slider in there for strike 1. Haymakers now more hits in the ball game. 4 runs on 6 hits. So the next one dives outside. Bombers 3 runs on 5 hits and 1 error. Good game so far. Close affair. Seen some good pitching. The offense starting now to wake up. Bombers trying to tie up the ball game. 2-1. This one is sent right to the second baseman and able to put it away for out number 3. Cardoza had him played perfectly, and just like that, that will send us to the top of the 5th as Haymakers now on top here, 4-3 here at Palm Springs Stadium.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round. Plus, our factory-trained technicians provide well-informed maintenance, repairs, and installation, so you get our...
Back here for the top of the 5th. New pitcher on for the Bombers. Harris Robinson, the right-hander from Garden City Community College, 6'2", 185. Ready to start off the top of the 5th. Try and keep the game where it's at for the Bombers as they trail 4-3. First time trailing since the top of the 1st. They've led for most of the ball game, but Haymakers putting up a 3 spot, and we're able to take the lead right back.
Robinson comes in with good experience, freshman year at Garden City. JUCO in Western Kansas had 17 appearances. It's pivotal for the Bombers to keep this a 1-run game as we enter the latter stages. The Bombers trying to get that elusive first victory here in the PSCL.
First pitch, and that misses well inside for ball 1, and you're already first pitch in. You see that Harris Robinson is a side armor, and obviously it's going to be tough for right-handed hitters, the righty-righty matchups. A lot of times kind of have that sinker ball to it. Can run inside as he misses upstairs, 2-0. Final line quickly here for Shaden Sullivan. 4 innings of work, 18 batters faced, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, 6 hits, and 4 runs allowed. As next one's in there, 2 balls and a strike. Next delivery, this one is sent out into center field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Center field, Licari was playing a little deeper and just is going to play it safe rather than potentially diving for it, and fields it on a hop and a leadoff base hit for Montemayor.
It is tough to read the ball out of the hand. You have the unique half-arm slot, but Montemayor just shortened up his swing, and the Haymakers bats are feeling good right now.
First pitch misses for ball 1. It's now 5 hits from last inning within the last 3 outs that have been recorded. Here to Augie Cohen. And that one's fouled off. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cohen singled but was caught stealing on the base pass in the 3rd. That was the 2nd hit of the game for the Haymakers. A quick pickoff attempt over to first, but sliding back is Montemayor. Sometimes it's hard as a sidearm pitcher. You're not going to have the quickest of moves.
Even his pickoff throw was sidearm, though.
Yeah.
Not sure I've seen that before.
1-1. That one is a line drive to third. Wilson fields on a hop to 1. On to first, not in time. So Wilson makes a good play. Hard hit, ball hit right at him. Gets the lead runner out. And on the fielder's choice, Cohen will reach.
You see some guys that can mix it up, can throw over the shoulder, but Robinson seems to be exclusively around from the side, and I guess that's what he's comfortable anywhere on the diamond, even if it's a fielding play.
So 1 out, 1 on, and misses first pitch outside to Savon Battle. Battle 0 for 1 with a walk, a stolen base, and a run scored. Back in that first inning, also popped out. Seeing the catcher working outside, and that's where the pitch goes. A check swing on the slider. He did not go. So 2-0 the count here to Battle. Catcher, see if he continues to try and settle outside. See where he's... And now a quick pickoff attempt over there, but getting back is Cohen. Obviously a new runner over there. I like the move on the mound for Robinson. New base runner, hasn't seen your pickoff throw yet. Trying to keep him close. Not comfortable over there at first. So the next one, Battle, fouls it back to the screen. Saw a right-hander for the Haymakers. James Taylor, number 7, was getting loose. Might be all for Diaz, but we'll have to wait for the next inning as the next one misses low and in for ball 3. But up to this point, at least for right now, both starters were able to go 4. Were able to keep their teams in the ball game, close affair. Next delivery. That one misses outside for ball 4. So Battle reaches on the free pass, and 2 base runners now on base with just 1 away for the Haymakers here in the top of the 5th. That's twice now we've seen Battle as another ball has come onto the field.
Apparently that's coming from the batting cages. Some guys are getting their hacks in for the second game today.
And it does look like the gate is open from our angle, so it's only a matter of time before someone's going to tell them to close it. So 2 on 1 out for Dom Tolinto. Cuts and misses on the breaker for strike 1 out in front. He's 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out. Oh, 1. Good slider. That one missed outside of the ball on a strike. That one was at 68. Fastball's been around the mid-70s. 1-1 delivery. Cut on and miss for strike 2. Back-to-back sliders and gets ahead at a ball and 2 strikes. And you've seen the Bombers pitching really all game so far here. They've been getting ahead mostly. They haven't allowed a lot of free passes. As the next one again misses outside for... And that's what you want to see. You don't want to see free passes. If teams are hitting you, then, you know, it is what it is. It's one of those days. But when you're gifting base runners that you see a lot of teams do, as the next one misses again low, 3 balls and 2 strikes, that's when you run into trouble. So a full count pitch coming up. There is one out in the inning, but runners do not go in the 3-2. Cut on and miss for strike 3. Back to the slider. A good pitch there. Devastating for out number 2. So a big strikeout keeps the runners right where they're at. There's now 2 away for Park Roeder, who's 0 for 1 strikeout and a sac fly RBI. Two-way sensational, takes outside for ball 1. Park Roeder has pitched one of the best games of the season back against the Bootleggers, 4 1/3. The next one misses. He did have 4 walks in that game, but had 7 strikeouts, just 2 earned runs, and was dominant against a very good Bootleggers squad. Heading the count here 2-0, and now getting the start here in this game at the 3-hole in left field. Takes a strike. The Las Vegas, Nevada native. Looking for a new home, and so far has played very well here. PSCL 2-1. He sends this one ball out into right center. That's going to split the alley. That one's going to go all the way to the wall. 2 runs are going to score. Roeder's going to be digged to third. The third baseman, coach, giving him the green light, and he's going to be in there easily. 2 RBI triple, the second triple we've seen now for the Haymakers here in this ballgame. Roeder does a good job, gets the pitch on the inside corner, driving it to the right center gap, and also a very good job. You don't see it a lot, but base runners, when you're halfway between first and second, immediately you should be looking at your third base coach, and that's what he does. Gets the green light, gets the send, gets there no problem. And
last 4 runs have all come with 2 outs for the Haymakers.
Yes, yes. The first one is waved and miss. Strike 1 on the slider to Joe Rocha, who's 1 for 2, a single and a run scored.
And Roeder has driven 3 of the 6 runs.
Swung on and missed for strike 2.
Really has been a nice season for him. Certainly one of the players on the Haymakers that stood out. 2-way, versatile. He's going to be valuable to a college somewhere, I think, next year. That's for certain.
0-2 delivery. Cut on and miss for strike 3. It was dropped, but guess it was on the transfer, so that will end the inning. Haymakers added their lead with another 2 spot here in the 5th as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Haymakers leading the Bombers 6-3.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet? Discovering our history? Experiencing our scenic trails? Getting that perfect souvenir? Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak. Begin your adventure at pstramway.com.
Family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
We just got our best ever ratings from U.S. News and World Report. We're the #1 hospital in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. high performing in 17 common procedures from joint replacements to heart attack care. And for the first time, national ranking as high performing in 3 adult specialties. We're proud of these ratings, but what matters most, as always, is how we rate with you. Learn more at eisenhowerhealth.org/awards.
Bottom of the 5th, Bombers looking to score. They've scored 3 in the first, but have been shut out since by dominance on the mound. For Jose Diaz back out there for his 5th inning of work. Sebastian Encarnacion, as Griffin mentioned earlier, was warming up in the pen and is continuing to do that as the first pitch is fouled out of play into the stands by the right side. Leadoff man Reese Vassar, top of the order for the Bombers, and really the right part of the order to try and get back in the ball game. The next one misses outside.
See if Diaz can give the Haymakers 5 innings, especially in a 7-inning ball game. I think that's really what you ask from your starter every time they go out there. And playing in a season where his Vassar takes a strike, that you play every 5 days in a row. You want your starters to go 5 innings, and then you got 2 innings to bring in a reliever. It's certainly the goal, the plan that you have as a coach.
So the next one misses low. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
The formula, that was the word I was looking for.
Base is empty here. Leadoff batter in the inning. 2-2 to Vassar. Gets a piece of it. Spoiled a good breaking ball, and we'll do it again at 2-2.
It's a nice job just fighting off a pitch. 2 strikes. Got to protect the zone. Vassar's a talented batter. He's certainly been one of the guys in the Bombers that's had a nice start to the season in the first week.
Another 2-2 pitch. Bouncing ball to the left side. Fielding it on a hop. Fires and makes the throw for out number 1, Joshua Rocha. So Rocha, third baseman, makes the put out. Now we'll send up Bobby Irving with 1 away. Catcher for the Bombers. Hasn't gotten out yet. 1 for 1 with a walk, an RBI, and a run scored. So he's done it all really in this ball game for the Bombers so far. Trying to continue to get on base, try and get a rally started. Diaz misses outside on the fastball for ball 1.
Bombers have a couple guys from Kansas. Irving out of Shawnee Community College. That's a Kansas City suburb.
Here's the 1-0. This one's a slowly hit ball off the end of the bat to second, over to first for out number 2. Seen some soft contact, and Diaz just really getting better as the game's gone on. A lot of times you see that from pitchers. You don't have your best stuff in the first inning, and then after you try and limit the damage, you go out there and you start pitching shutout ball, and that's what he so far has done after the 3 spot given up in the first.
Resilient pitching performance, no doubt, from Diaz.
First pitch on the outer black for strike 1 to Joe Thornton.
And the nice thing for him, he gets to go home each day. Most of these players came from all over the country like Kansas, and Diaz has a 20-minute drive to home.
Next delivery is lined, a base hit. A much-needed hit for the Bombers, went 2 away, and Joe Thornton providing that his first hit of the ballgame.
Bombers needing a spark. They brought such great energy to the ballgame to start scoring those 3 runs, but they've seen the lead dissipate on 5 runs by the Haymakers, all coming with 2 outs. Has to be frustrating.
So now we have a mound visit. Looks like a potential decision time here. We'll see if this is it for the right-hander, Jose Diaz. Threw the ball very well, 4 2/3. Give him a couple more. And yep, here comes the new pitcher on the mound. Pitching change on. Here for the Haymakers. We'll be right back. It's the Haymakers leading the Bombers 6-3 with 2 outs and a runner at first.
No, they're keeping him out there, Jayce.
Oh, my apologies.
That was just the first baseman walking over.
Apologies.
It might have honestly been a conversation to Diaz. Do you want to stay in the ball game or not? I mean, the players, the Haymakers dugout, were out ready to greet Diaz, but he's an out away from earning the win. And
oh, yeah.
I bet he's a competitor. And say, I want 1 more out. Let me earn this win.
And I'm all for that. So the first pitch misses low and away for ball one to Joe Barros.
Some coaches will say no. They'll say, I'm out here. Give me the baseball. You're going back to the dugout. But others are players, coaches. Got to trust your pitcher sometimes.
1-0 is sent to the screen and out of play here behind home plate. A ball and a strike. And I love that as a manager when, you know, pitchers know more than anyone. They know their self. They know their arm. If they can keep going, and he wants to keep going. Gave out a 2-out single, but got soft contact through the first 2 outs. The next one is cut on and miss. If it was hard contact or more than just 1 out in the inning, or less, I mean, then it would be, you know, potential probably pitching change, being like, hey, I'm just going to take you out here. But 2 outs in the inning, he's going to trust his right-hander here. Diaz delivers a slider for strike 3. On the 1-2 count, gets the strikeout looking. And if that's all for him, what a performance for him. 4 shutout innings after the 3 given up in the first. As we're through 5 here in Palm Springs, Bombers trailing the Haymakers 6-3.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Two locations with something for everyone. Stuffed Pizza Bar and Grill.
Top of the 6th here as we entered the back innings of this ball game. Is Robinson now out there for the second inning, and the first pitch is fouled here to Carson Ledbetter. He's had himself a day, single, triple, RBI, a run scored. Has called a good game behind the plate. Has been framing his pitches, helping his pitching out, and has had a great game as he whiffs on that pitch for strike 2.
I bet the next game we have here on the field, Jayce. Really looking forward to the Bootleggers taking on the undefeated Lumberjacks. That game's been circled on my calendar for a while.
I cannot wait for that game as that one runs in, a ball and 2 strikes. And always, when you're an undefeated team, you always have that quote-unquote target on your back, and what team is going to beat that team first. And the Bootleggers, who are coming off a 2-game losing streak, they're trying to get right back in the win column, and they would love to do that against the undefeated Lumberjacks. That one is chopped foul to the left side.
The Bootleggers were undefeated until Tuesday when the Haymakers defeated them, and now dropped 2 straight, but maybe they were almost trap games. They really had their eyes on this Lumberjack matchup all week.
So the next one is a high towering pop-up. Nathan Wilson calling for it in foul territory. Makes the catch for out number 1 here in the 6th. Obviously, Lumberjacks coached by the hitting coach, as we mentioned earlier, Sam DiMatteo, also the head coach for College of the Desert, and the hitting coach for Power, and the manager for the Lumberjacks. He's doing it all. So the first one runs inside, and it hits Enzo Angelo toward the elbow tricep area, and will head to first base, but seems to be okay. First hit by pitch suffered, I believe, in this whole ball game, but also for the Bombers pitching staff. One out, one on here for Aiden Cardoza. Second baseman, left-handed hitter. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI. Single and a ground out as he takes outside for ball one. (6-3) Haymakers lead over the Bombers. A quick pickoff attempt over there at first, but getting back is Angelo. Out of the stretch, the side armor delivers. Fires a strike on the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Sometimes it's easier for left-handed hitters. When you're facing a right-handed side armor, it's easier to see the arm angle as this one is drilled out to left field, but making it on the running grab for out number 2 for the Bombers. Edgar Baden had a beat on it, had a good read off the bat, and puts the soft line out away. So 2 outs, runner still at first. That'll bring up Lucas Alberoni. 0 for 2. Fielder's choice and struck out looking. Bombers pitching, looking for a 0, trying to get the offense back out there. His fastball sails outside for ball 1. It looks like a check swing and a foul ball. Down to the left side of the ball and a strike. And again, Bombers started out with the hot start. 3 runs on 5 hits in the first. Only had 1 hit since. Next one is cut on a miss. Ahead on the breaker and a ball and 2 strikes. Robinson delivers the 1-2, and it's a ball that gets away from the catcher. It's on an outside pitch, should go down as a wild pitch, and an extra 90 feet now. A runner at second as Angelo advances the extra 90. So fastball there at 73. The 2-2 goes back to the off speed, got him swinging. That's how the top of the 6th will end. Bombers get a 0 here on the Haymakers offensive side as we head to the bottom half of the 6th. Haymakers still leading the Bombers 6-3.
Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed for your business. We'll help you achieve the success you deserve. Pacific Premier Bank. Let's build your future together.
Hey, Power Baseball fans. Looking to hit a home run against pests in your home? Rudy's Pest Control is your winning choice. Rudy's Flex 80/90 Pest Control Plan offers effective and affordable protection with just 5 visits a year instead of the usual 12, so you'll have more time to do what you love. Visit rudyspest.com or call 760-746-PEST and declare, heck no, 12's gotta go. Rudy's Pest Control is your home run choice, so get started today.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Bottom of the 6th here for the Bombers. They'll face a new right-hander for the Haymakers, Sebastian Encarnacion, right-hander from University of Health Sciences Pharmacy, the 6'1" right-hander.
You don't hear that name every day, do you? University of Health Science and Pharmacy. It's in St. Louis. It's an NAIA school.
So the first one was an off-speed pitch, swung on and chased out of the zone for strike one to Caden Aggravated, the left fielder. 0 for 2, strikeout on a line out. Next one misses low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Have the final line for you from the starter. So next one's in there is 5 innings of work for the right-hander Jose Diaz. Threw the ball very well, 6 strikeouts, just 2 walks, 6 hits allowed, and 3 runs all earned. But what a job that he did, as the next one is chased and missed for strike 3. On the check swing, he did go on the breaker, and just like that, Encarnacion starts his outing out with a punch-out.
Just finished his freshman year with the Eutectics of UHSP in St. Louis. Off to a good start this morning.
Diaz, who faced 24 hitters, struck out 6. 25% of hitters he struck out, as the first one misses outside of Charlie Wooden.
How about 89 on that, Jayce?
Wow.
Throwing hard.
Definitely about 10 to 11 miles per hour, and he's definitely just rearing back and letting it go, but another one out of the zone for ball 2. So the starter Diaz was throwing 77, 78 range, but you know, the arm's still getting loose, and he's already hit an 89. 2-0. 88 on the fastball, missing outside, and quickly 3-0 here to Charlie Wooden.
I mean, 89 is certainly fun to watch, but if you can't locate it, then it doesn't really matter.
Trying to get back in the count from the wind of the 3-0. There's the strike on the inside corner. 3 balls and a strike.
I saw it. I don't remember what MLB team it was, a spring training where the pitching coach put up signs that, I don't care if your ball 4 is 100 miles per hour.
3-1 delivery is a fastball, 4-ball 4. So a 1-out base runner. I'll bring up Joe Licari, the center fielder.
Nice day for Wooden. He has 2 walks and an RBI double, but there's kind of been a pushback from some coaches with analytics drive things so much. A lot of scouts see pitchers that throw hard and say, all right, we'll draft them, we'll take them in. But the reality is, as much as pitchers are trying to throw harder and harder, if you don't have any command, then it's a moot point.
1 out and a backdoor slider. Drops in the zone for strike 1 to Joe Licari.
Now, there's a case to be made that you throw hard and then you go into a program, whether that's collegiately or in a major league organization, and you're able to learn and gain that command.
So the next one does catch the outer black for strike 2. Licari's had himself a day, 2 for 2. Only hitter for the Bombers that has 2 hits, also a stolen base, but has been stranded both times. Next delivery, runners on the move, and it's spiked in the dirt. But perfect pitch to steal on, and Wooden advances on the stolen base. 0-2 count. You know the breaking ball's coming, but that was actually a fastball, and it was just a little overthrown, spiked it in the dirt. And now time called. Looks like it got kind of the forearm area of Ledbetter, the catcher for the Haymakers, trying to shake it off. Looks like the ball got the exact forearm, 87 right there. That's not a good feeling. But back in his catcher stance, seems to be okay. With the runner on the 1-2. There's a high chopper to the right side of the infield, fielded by the second baseman, and corrals it and makes the throw. But runner Wooden advances a third with 2 away. So 2 outs, runner at third. I'll bring up the third baseman, Nathan Wilson. 0 for 2, line out and a strikeout. And he put a good swing on a ball. His last at bat was just right at the left fielder. Trying to do that again. Takes a strike at 88 on the outer black. Again, just the change in velocity tough at a hitter when you've seen high 70s. Now you're facing high 80s. That one at 89 on the bottom of the zone for strike 2. And tough situation now for Wilson. Quickly down 0-2 against a fireball thrower. Out of the windup, the 0-2. Slider got him. That was a thing of beauty. 74 right on the inside corner, and Wilson looks at it for strike 3. We're through 6th from Palm Springs Stadium. Haymakers still on top, 6-3. Top of the 7th, last inning here of our first game of our doubleheader action here on the PSCL Game Baseball Broadcast Network. Jayce, Cicinelli, Griffin, Epstein, as Griffin will be the play-by-play for our Game 2. Lumberjacks, Bootleggers. Game should be starting around 11:30. Should be a good one as well, as we have a good one here right now. 6-3. Bombers trailing again, but trying to provide a late inning comeback. But first you need a shutout inning as Harris Williams throws the first pitch outside to Caleb Montemayor, who's 1 for 2, single and a flyout. Need a shutdown inning, trying to get the offense trailing by 3, and the next one is lined right to the shortstop. Just like that on 2 pitches, a quick one out here in the top of the 7th.
Bombers will have 9, 10, and 1 coming up in the bottom of the 7th. They'll certainly be vital to get to the heart of the lineup. Bobby Irving, Joe Barrows, Joe Thornton try to mount a last gasp rally.
First one is a well-located fastball off the handle, but it's going to fall in. Right in the Baruna triangle, as you call it. First baseman Joe Thornton was the closest to it, but that's a tough play as a first baseman running over your shoulder, trying to get a beat on it, and it drops right in the perfect spot, and Cohen is on for his second hit of the game. So 1 on, 1 out for the leadoff man, Savon Battle. Savon Battle 0 for 1, but he's reached twice on walks and has scored both of those times. Also a stolen base. Been working a lot of counts and is doing the leadoff job very well. Getting on base. Getting the baton going for the meat of the order, guys. So he stands in, second at bat now here against Harris Williams, or Robinson. First pitch, and fouls the Robinson fastball to the screen. So far, both times Haymakers have played. Battle's been in the leadoff spot both times. Has filled it very well as he rolls one foul down the left side. 0-2 the count. That one's foul to the right side. We'll do it again here at 0-2. Out of the stretch, the right-hander delivers, and Battles sends this one out to shallow right field, coming on and making the grab for the second out as Barrows had him played perfectly for out number 2. Pinch hitter on. Oh. Pardon me, Dom Tolentino still in the ball game. Back at the dish, 0 for 3 with a couple strikeouts. Slider dives out of the zone for ball 1.
What a barn burner on the backfield today, Jayce. 11-9, Blue Sox lead MLB DC China in the bottom of the 5th inning. That's a fun one for sure.
Oh yeah, China's been playing very well as of late. Got their obviously first win against this Bombers team, as the next one did miss for ball 2.
Blue Sox can really swing the bat. Entered today with 57 runs scored in their first 6 games. That's just shy of 10 runs a game. Second best only behind the undefeated Lumberjacks in the league.
Next delivery, foul back around the plate. Starting to see both squads. Bootleggers warming up down the left field side. They'll take on the Lumberjacks, the undefeated Lumberjacks. That one misses inside. 3 balls, 1 strike the count. Hitters count here. Tolentino knows the heater's coming. 3-1, here it comes. Misses for ball 4. So first walk issued here in this inning, and 2 runners have now reached. The runners in first and second with 2 away. I'll bring up the 3-hitter Park Roeder, 2-way player. 1 for 2 with a sac fly RBI and the 2 RBI triple. So he's driven in 3 of the 6 runs and has had a great game.
Another chance here for the Haymakers, runners in scoring position and 2 outs.
First pitch he sees, and this is inside for ball 1. And that triple was actually against this pitcher, Harris Robinson. Going 4 innings was the starter, Shaden Sullivan. Gave up 4 runs, but kept him in the ball game for sure. And there's the backdoor slider on the outside corner. 6 runs on 9 hits now, no errors for the Haymakers. Bombers still at 3 runs on 6 hits with 1 error. Bombers trying to keep the game where it's at, have a chance in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the 1-1. And this one is drilled out to left field, going on and off the glove and over the head. 2 runs are going to come in and scores. A second runner being waved in. That's Tolentino, no throw. And off the glove, a 2 RBI extra base hit for Park Roeder.
Well, it'll go down as an error on Egebrand, but again, the Haymakers come through with 2 outs. That's been the story of the ball game. Big swings with 2 outs, and they're pulling away here in the top of the 7th.
So technically won't get the RBIs because of the error, but he's driven in 5 runs either way today. His first one does miss to Joseph Rocha. Rocha, the hot corner third baseman for the Haymakers. 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. Next one's in there. 8 runs now for the Haymakers, and that's 7 out of the 8 runs within the last 4 innings. Next one is drilled down the left field line, but fouled by the bullpen down there for the Bombers. One ball, 2 strikes the count. Here's the 1-2. Fouled again to the netting. We'll do it again at 1-2. Out of the stretch, quickly fires, and right back up the middle, off the glove, but recovers. Good play by Harris Robertson. Flips it over the first baseman to end the frame. But Haymakers do add to their lead with another 2 spot as we head to the last of the 7th. Last chance for the Bombers, trailing 8-3.
There's something winning in the agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Last chance here in the home half of the 7th. We mentioned earlier, PSCL games, 7-inning games. Bombers trailing 8-3. So they'll have the 9-10 one-hitters, Michael Carlin, Dane Sparks, and Reese Vassar. Ready to face the fireballer for his 2nd inning relief, Sebastian Encarnacion, who had himself a good inning of work, just allowed 1 base runner and a walk, but 2 punch-outs out of the 4 batters faced. First pitch, misses low to Michael Carlin. Cutter curveball is the 2-pitch mix for Encarnacion. Next one missed up and in, 2-0.
It's pretty sweet. He can throw the cutter up to 88, 89 too, and then the curveball really has some nasty break.
There it is. More like a 12-6. Big looping breaking ball in there. 2 balls and a strike.
I mentioned it to you, Jayce, during the break. He has the makeup of a D1 quality pitcher.
Definitely has the velo if he can throw it for strikes, and he's definitely shown that so far as he pumps another one in there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Seen a lot of good cutter pitchers over the years. Kenley Jansen, Mariano Rivera. See, chases the curveball for strike 3.
It's no longer a safe situation with the 2 runs scored by the Haymakers. ED State kind of feels like he could be in that closer role, and you're comparing him to some of the great closers of the past.
So 3rd strikeout out of the 4 outs recorded. That brings up Dane Sparks. And it's in there for strike 1 on the inside corner. Talented right-hander from Kingwood, Texas. 6'3", 210, and he's just letting it rip. Fires another one in there and quickly 0-2. Speeding up the tempo, the 0-2, and he spikes that one in the dirt. One ball, 2 strikes, and looks like the umpire got hit a little bit. Catcher giving him some time. Carson Ledbetter back down there. Seems to be okay. 1 out here, no one on. A ball and 2 strikes. Bombers 2 outs away from suffering their 8th loss. Haymakers trying to continue to win. And the next one gets back to the 88 fastball or cutter. Gets them for 2 outs here in the 7th.
There's been some really fun pitchers enjoyed watching through the first week of the PSCL, but Sebastian Encarnacion has to be one of my favorite. This has been dominant stuff from the righty from Texas.
Last hope here, Reese Vassar. Leadoff man takes a strike. Cutter continuing to go to the outer half to the right-handed hitters, and he's just locating it well. Next delivery, that one misses outside. Coming in today, he had 2 innings of work, 2 2/3, 7 strikeouts, 5 walks, and just 1 earned run. Throwing the ball very well, and again has shown it this morning as that one dives out of the zone, 2 balls and a strike. Taking his time a little bit on this next pitch, trying to gather himself back. Here's the 2-1. That one misses low below the knees, and a hit 3-1 hitters count now to the leadoff man, Reese Vassar. Last hope here for the Bombers, down to their final out. 8-3 Haymakers on top. Here in the bottom of the 7th, the 3-1. Check swing, did he go? He did not. So a 2-out walk and a base runner for the Bombers.
Just 2 walks, the only base runners on for Encarnacion, but when you throw hard and you have a dipping and darting curveball, it's bound to happen. See if he can get this final out to secure what will be a nice victory for the Haymakers to move to 3-4, and fortunately for the Bombers would keep them winless.
He had a 1-out walk back last inning, but was able to wiggle out of it with a soft contact ground ball and a strikeout. There's the curveball in there to the 2-hitter Bobby Irving. Catcher for the Bombers. 1 for 2 with a walk, an RBI, and a run scored. Been on base 2 out of the 3, trying to continue it for the Bombers. Next one is an overthrown breaking ball in the dirt. Good block, though, from Ledbetter. Goes back to first, but easily getting back over there. The runner at first, Reese Vassar. 2 errors for the Bombers here today. Haymakers have played perfectly on the defensive side. No errors committed. And now a step off for Encarnacion. Looks like the backfield game just ended. We'll have a final score update for you as soon as we can. Here comes the next pitch. Foul back to the screen, and now Bombers down to their final strike here this morning. Encarnacion out of the stretch, the 1-2. Got him! Right down Broadway, got him looking. And that's how the ball game ends. Encarnacion comes into the game, shuts the door with a 6-inning hold, and that's how the Haymakers win. A comeback victory. 8-6 the final. Haymakers 8 runs, 9 hits, no errors. Bombers 3 runs, 6 hits, and 2 errors. The Bombers now will fall to 0-8 on the season, and the Haymakers now keeping improving now to a 3-4 record as they'll be playing for a 500 record their next game out. Mentioned the good performances on the mound. Jose Diaz was dominant after the first inning, rough inning that he had. Able to get through 5 innings. And the last 2, Encarnacion shutting the door, and that's how the first game ends. We'll be back quickly for game 2. Lumberjacks taking on the Bootleggers. Griffin, Epstein, Jayce Cicinelli will be on the call again in a few moments.